Hey, you better start smiling if you're clicking on this video and getting this reading. Hey girl. Hello Leo, how are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca and I'm going to be doing your weekly love reading between you and your soulmate. Now, when it comes to my readings, use your intuition because put it in perspective, I'm just a man reading you some tarot cards, Leo, right? So take the cards that resonate and leave what doesn't. I'm not going to be offended by it, I promise you. Now, if you find some cards that resonate with you, be sure to let me know in the comments below because I always love hearing y'all's aha moments, right? I also will leave a link to, I always do your general weekly readings for all the zodiac signs, so I'll leave yours a link up here for you to check out if you would like to at a later point, Leo. But also, if you enjoy my reading style, be sure to give me a like and subscribe because it does help out my channel a lot, and I always am super appreciative, Leo, when you guys take the time to do that for me. And then finally, I'm just here to give you some perspective, right? I'm not here to make a decision for you. I'm not here to tell you what it is that you need to do with your life because you're the one living it, not me. So I'm just here to hopefully give you some perspective, help you, just give you an idea of what might be going on energetically so that can help you make your decision for how you want to go about this week, right? So let's start tapping into these energies and I'll start pulling some clarifiers as I see necessary. But I do feel like the overall theme for this energy here is the Four of Cups, where it's just like, this is like that greener pastures, this is like that daydreaming, wishing how things could be or should be or want it to be, right? This is just like a longing energy, right? So let's start tapping into this. Five of Water on your side of things, so it's making sense. This is the card of where it's just like crying over spilled milk. So this is like a I do feel like a level of frustration. I feel a level of where it's just like you're tired of waiting. It's like you've been waiting for this person to engage with you. You've been waiting for, whatever your storyline is with this person. You're just like, it's almost like a defeated attitude. I feel like you're a little bit defeated when it comes to this person, Leo, and like a little bit you don't know what to do with them, right? So you're just constantly in this state of just thinking about it and just like, what do I do? Page of Fire is on their side of things. So I do feel like, and paired with the Page of Earth in the energy between y'all two, I do feel like there's going to be communication this week, Leo, where at least there's going to be a clear idea of what it is, how you want to go continue on moving forward, right? Something might happen. I do feel like some type of communication might happen. They'll give you an idea of what to do next. So let's start pulling some clarifiers for you, Leo. We have the Temperance card coming in, so patience. This is like that waiting game a little bit, so maybe you do need to play this waiting game. I don't know what your situation is, Leo, but maybe you need to just like, if you're like getting frustrated and like really feeling defeated about this connection because maybe they're not reaching out quick enough or what have you, or engaging with you in the way that you would like to be engaged with, you're being asked to have patience at this time because there is something bigger going on behind the scenes that's building up to, right? So we have also the Queen of Wands. So take this time right now, really, truly, Leo, I feel like your energy and your focus shouldn't be on this relationship, right? And this connection. Your focus should really just be on yourself and just furthering yourself, developing yourself, right? Because it's going to come, like, things are going to work out in the way that they need to, but it's like if you keep on focusing on like the things that haven't been working out for you and you keep on honing in on it, you're going to just develop that resentment energy towards this connection, and maybe just in general, because of where it's just like you keep on honing in on this one specific energy, and because it's not panning out in the way that you would like it to pan out, and you are kind of just feeling you're in this process of like washing your hands clean of this situation, I feel, because it's like, okay, if this person's not going to respond to me in this time frame, then whatever, right? And then we have the Queen of Cups coming in, where it's just like it just keeps on talking about like this focus, where it's like the Five of Waters talking about where you're looking at outside forces, outside energies, and like being defeated by it or allowing it to affect you in whatever way that it affects you. This Queen of Cups comes in, and the Queen of Wands, and like all three of these cards talk about being like, okay, this is spilled milk, stop focusing on this spilled milk and focus on yourself. All these cards are talking about putting more energy into the self at this time, because it's like, I don't even want to say by you focusing on yourself you're bringing this connection closer, because I don't see any cards that like give evidence to that, Leo. But I do see this because it's like you have the Page of Earth and the Page of Fire, as well on their side in the energy between y'all, I do see like things ramping up, like the energy gaining momentum for there to be some type of communication happening. But again, it just may not be on your terms, it may not be in your time frame. So it's just like, if you allow yourself to spiral too much, you may just like wash your hands clean of it the day before this person decides to reach out to you, right? And we don't know what's going on with them, right? They could be going through their own mental journey, and so it's just like they needed this time to just figure things out. So it's just like you kind of have to be a little bit kinder towards them, have a little bit more patience, right? Temperance card does talk about patience and just like it's not being the bigger person, but it's like an energy of where it's like choosing to be the more enlightened one in the situation, the more mature one in the situation, the more understanding one in the situation. So let's start tapping into their energies with this Page of Fire. They have the Justice card coming in, Leo, so you could be dealing with a Libra. But I don't feel like, I never like to talk about it because I just don't feel like it's relevant for general readings. But I do feel like this is like a situation where it's like they are making sure they're putting their ducks in a row. Whatever their ducks are, right? I don't know their life. It could be talking about like their finances. They don't want to like connect with anybody until they have their finances, right? Maybe they don't want to like connect with anybody until their mentals, right? We would know this if we start getting some cups cards and as a mixture with some sword, depending on the sword cards as well, to see if it's in their head or not. You know, all that stuff, right? And the Chariot card, though, it does feel like once they get their ducks in a row, they are going to go forward with this connection, I feel. I just feel like it's kind of like a waiting game at this point. And I say waiting game, but I don't feel like it's a game to them. Or, I mean, obviously it's not a game. But, like, I just feel as if it's like you don't know what's going on with them, I guess, Leo. And so it's because it's like you kind of have to remind yourself that we're all going through our own experiences. And as self-involved creatures as we are, it's very important to remind ourselves that each person has their own struggles, has their own life, has their own mental things that they have to work through. And just because you are over it, or just because you are not aware of it, because they're not including you in those struggles, right? Which no one's entitled to that energy of knowing what's going on with the other person, right? You are just like misreading the messages, or like you're adding more meaning to certain things than what is really necessary. So you're taking that silence as them not wanting to connect with you. You're taking that silence as them being bored with you. You're taking that silence as then like however you're processing the energy. You need to be aware, Leo, not to have it be too villainizing towards the other person, because it's like, I think it's just important to remember that, like, I don't feel like this is like they're making this choice based off of what's going on with you. I feel like this is all just about them. We do have the Five of Wands coming in, where this is in the reverse. So I feel like they are talking about, or they are in this process of talking about, or not talking, but like overcoming this past situation, right? This Justice card comes in of where it's just like bringing things back into balance. And this could be dealing with y'all too, right? Y'all could have had like a little bit of a tiff, and now like your person's ready to start like warming up to start talking to you again, practicing like that forgiveness or whatever is relevant for y'all's situation, right? Five of Wands though is letting me know where it's just like they are they're doing the work. They are really trying to rack their brain on something of what happened to them. So I feel like it's just important to remember that I just keep on hearing that they are trying. They're building up towards that communication, Leo, but it's just like you kind of have to just be patient at this time with this Temperance card. So let's pull some final cards for this Page of Earth, the energy between y'all. Two of Wands in the reverse. So let's break this down. Page of Earth talks about a new area of study, wanting to potentially move on as well. Two of Wands is letting me know when it's in the reverse, neither side wants to move on from this. So if you're worried, Leo, that your person wants to move on from this connection and they are considering other options, I don't see that way at all. Don't take their silence as them making their decision. Take their silence as them figuring things out, right? It's important to remember that they're human. right? We all have our own emotions. We all have our own bias. We all have our own things that we need to work on. We all have our own struggles. So don't take silence as an indicator of anything. 5 of Cups coming in again for you. 5 of Cups is that 5 of Water again. So some of you guys, if you have talked to them before, I do feel like some of you guys, it is speaking so heavily in terms of like some type of conflict having happened, and now this is like that grace period of where people are starting to warm back up to one another again and start talking again. Because on both sides, it does seem like both people are like focusing on something that happened and really having that influence their actions or their opinions or their thoughts on this connection. Let's get one more card. 6 of Wands coming in here. Page of Swords. Okay. I do feel like this is like, let's just go with the storyline. Y'all had an argument. This 6 of Wands and this Page of Swords is talking about like a new beginning, a new approach. I do feel like if you guys did have like, there's some type of learning. Someone learned something. I feel like both parties learned something maybe about one another. And it's going to bring a level of peace, or just like kind of like slow down the overthinking nature that you might have. The Devil card coming in, yeah. I feel like with this Devil card, this is like you no longer are, you're removing that devil fear. You're removing being like, okay, like it's almost like you're almost realizing that they're not that bad of a person as your mind has tricked you to be. They're not as manipulative, they're not as like whatever that you're telling yourself with them. I do just feel inclined to just remind you this Page of Fire and Page of Earth. Like communication is definitely building up, ramping up for them. It just may not be on your time frame, Leo. But I do see potential. I don't see anything inherently negative in here. I see this just as two human beings going through their life and trying to just figure things out and not mess up in how they perceive to mess up too much, right? But yeah, Leo, that's the reading that I have for you. If it was helpful, be sure to leave me a like and subscribe, because yeah, I always enjoy having that. But let me know what's going on with y'all too. Let me know what decision you make, Leo, in terms of this connection for this week. But I love you so much. Bye.